Hello, everybody. I'm Richard Tripp, and welcome to another edition of HU Roundup. And today we're very honored to be joined by the Highlands volleyball coach, of course, Mr. Tom Duke, former head coach at Highlands, kind of disappeared for a while, went up to Taos and was an assistant volleyball coach up there at Taos High School, and now he's back at Highlands. And Tom, I'll tell you, I've always been one of your biggest fans. I like to say, welcome back to Highlands. What does it feel like to be back home, man?
Oh, it's like what I told the girls on the team. I'm just so fired up to be back again and be coaching college volleyball and all that talent and all those smart kids and just high achievers and kids that really want to be pushed. And I've been doing special ed teaching for 12 years and raising a family, which has been, meaningful and everything and difficult and rewarding. But it's sure good to be back at Highlands. I love, the Wilson Center. What a beautiful gym. And I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
And of course, this is a difficult time for everyone, COVID-19, people having to adjust their lives, come up with a new norm, if you will. You're up in Taos with the family pretty much locked in. What has it been like? What have you been going through during all this?
Oh, it's crazy. It's my wife and my older son, fellow people, and they've just been handling it no problem. My younger son and myself, we're just jumping out of our skin. We're social. We want to get out. We want to do things. And so, yeah, we just have been having to plan a lot of activities. And my sons are in, they're 15 and 17, play basketball at Taos High right now. And we've just been trying to stay structured and training. And, we've been getting 100 dunks in a night on our dirt court. So that's our big That's our big training.
Now, you dunking on your sons, are you, or are they dunking on you?
They're dunking on me more. I can eke it out now. One of the basketball players at Highlands right before the shutdown, he couldn't believe that I could dunk, and I shoved one down just barely, but it was a dunk. So at 53, I can still do it a little bit.
Well, people forget that you play pro volleyball. You play collegiate volleyball as well back in California. You still got the same hops. You can still get up, I take it.
I don't have the same hops. I used to have 36. Now I'm probably 14. So, yeah, 14-inch jump isn't too good. But I do play in the 50 and over nationals every year with a team out of Southern California. And I can still compete if you're over 50, but the young guys nowadays, they're just hitting the ball so hard and jumping so high. It's college boys volleyball has really gotten to a high level.
Right, and of course, it'd be nice to have it here in as we say, the West, or I guess you can say New Mexico, Colorado area. It's been big in California for years and years, yeah. Where you played it. Of course, even the women's game, let's jump into that, has changed drastically from even back then, to today, the skill level, if you will. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, that's the thing that really impressed me when I came back and had my first practice with the players is, volleyball has evolved, women's volleyball has evolved, Division II has evolved, and man, these young ladies can play the game, and they're better than, they're athletically better than any team I've had in the past. And it's really exciting. We have some girls that they can really crush the ball. And just the athleticism was higher than I thought it was going to be. And that was really exciting.
Of course, you were an assistant up at Taos for Anita, great coach in her own right.
Yep.
Did great things up at Taos High School, but now on the collegiate level again, obviously a huge transition. But is it that big of a difference, really? Is volleyball, or what do you think?
Well, Anita, she played for me at Taos High back in 2000, a long time ago. So I loved coaching with her. And, but coaching C team and JV, it was really humbling and it made me really patient. And I actually think it's going to help me a ton at the college level because, those young ladies at C team, JV, they're just struggling to hang out there on the court. So you just kind of give them a lot of psychological backing and positive feedback, and they really, excel when you do that. And I'm doing the same thing with this team. And we're just going to keep it positive no matter what. But, there's no reason to get negative and crazy. And, I think that's what I learned coaching these young little kids was like, they want positive reinforcement, and it's fun. They'll come through for you.
The psychological part from your first tour at Highlands, or even going back to your playing days, early coaching days, how has that changed you, and how has that changed?
Well, shoot, man, volleyball was my whole life. I did 25 years in a row of coaching and professional playing, I think it was. And then my health took a downward turn, and, I took this big break. And it's just such a great sport. It was really a big hole in my life when I wasn't coaching or playing it much anymore. And, I tried to fulfill that need with skiing, but it just is, volleyball is my main thing. So it's just fun to be back in the volleyball world. And, a lot has changed, but a lot is exactly the same, so, hopefully the experience of all these years will help us pull out of this little rut we got in last year.
You mentioned the word patience. Is there anything else in this last minute of the segment that you kind of learn, or something that you're kind of bringing with you that during that layoff you kind of learned about yourself?
Yeah, it was just really humbling, helping these students with learning disabilities and physical disabilities, and just really made me appreciate, what I got in my life. And it was just really rewarding doing like real work, just helping kids, whether it's being PE for kids in wheelchairs and getting them moving, or teaching math to kids that were struggling. And I think it just added a lot more meaning to my life, that little period of life, doing that 12 years of teaching. I really respect teachers. They're the best people in the world, and it's a tough job, and the good ones are super valuable.
Tom, that's going to do it for our first segment. When we come back, I want to hear about what's coming up with HU volleyball when we come up next on the HU Roundup. Stand by.
What do you need in a university? For me, it was never really about being a number, another face in the crowd. I needed something more. A university dedicated to anticipating my needs through support could offer me a sense of belonging and promise me loyalty. This is where those ideas are possible. This is where those ideas are true. Unfazed by our differences and driven by our goals, we all work as one cohesive unit, as a community. We are the movers and shakers, inventors and innovators, future leaders and glass ceiling breakers, with classrooms that feel like home and professors who feel like family. Together we rally, explore, and rejoice. We learn about the world, about each other, about ourselves. While leaping over expectations, we push ourselves to move forward, together.
Hey, Cowboy and Cowgirl fans, Richard Tripp here. Hey, don't forget to visit our new Cowboys and Cowgirl store online. Go to nmhuathletics.com, click on the link, and order your apparel for New Mexico Highlands University Cowboys and Cowgirls. Welcome back, everybody, to the HU Roundup. I'm Richard Tripp. We're joined by Highlands volleyball coach, Mr. Tom Duke. You know, Coach, let's talk about HU volleyball. Obviously, let's start when you took the program over, a few months ago, or you were introduced as the HU volleyball coach again. What did that feel like for you? What was the excitement like around you and your family?
I was fighting hard to get this job again because I really appreciated it. After I left Highlands for a while, I was like, that was such a fun university to coach. And the gym was so nice, and the people in northern New Mexico. And I'll tell you, it was just exciting to get to do it again with the knowledge of doing it before. And like, I've been thinking for the last 12 years, what I'm going to do different, what I'm going to do better. I mean, I got a plan in my head that I've been going over for 12 years.
I still remember at the basketball game when you were introduced as the HU volleyball coach. And I remember the young ladies, the volleyball players sitting across from us, and you received such a great ovation, not only from the young ladies, but from the crowd in general. Obviously, you had or still have quite a few friends in Vegas. That must have made you feel welcome.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you, this group of players I inherited are just remarkable students and great kids, and they're just looking to play some straight up volleyball without any head games and just like work on their game. A lot of them have a lot of experience from the years. They've had some good years in the past, and they were just really fun to coach. And then, yeah, I've been in northern New Mexico for 22 years, so I got a lot of friends. And, I try to be a cheerleader. Being a teacher, you kind of like a cheerleader for everyone. So it was fun to get a little cheer back.
When you first met with your team, what was your message? What did you tell them? What did you introduce them with?
I just told them, first of all, how much I appreciated being back, and I was going to really take advantage of it and do the best job I possibly could. And the other thing was, let's make this game fun again, and let's just play it the right way. Don't get overly complicated, just straightforward, fundamental volleyball. And, I also told them that I'm going to treat them really well. I'm going to, stick to my scholarships that I've given to everybody. I'm going to, pay them respect. I'm going to get everyone on the court and give them a chance. I don't want to have kids sitting on the bench all year. I want to take the chance and play some kids and see what they could do early. It's kind of scary as a coach sometimes to do that early in the season, especially when you're, coming back from a rough season like we have. But I kind of, that's another thing I learned at the high school level is like, boy, you got to keep everyone, invested in the team. And I told them I was going to do that. And if they worked hard for me, I was going to do the best thing I could do for them. And they came through for me. We had 2 months of really intense practice. I mean, they were bringing it. It was fun.
Mm-hmm. And then suddenly COVID-19 hits. You have to shut down. All of a sudden the world becomes different. That also meant recruiting. That also meant staying in contact with the ladies you already had. What was that like as far as that goes in the recruiting?
Well, it was interesting. I had 4 top recruits, and I've been working them ever since I got the job, and I thought if I got 2 of them after the COVID, I would be happy. But it turns out they all signed at the signing date, all 4 of them. So it made my job really easy. We have 2 junior college transfers, 2 freshmen from Albuquerque. They're really good players. We have Taraya Stukes, who was an All-American junior college player out of Glendale, Arizona. And we got Lissy Lange, who is, she played down there at NIMI. They had a really good junior college team this year. And she's just a really strong all-around player. And then Angela Oliver out of Cibola down there in Albuquerque, 6-foot tall gal playing club volleyball, can really bring it. And we got a setter who just is an amazing student, super intelligent young lady. She's going to be a math major, Jade Martinez. And we're excited to get her because that setting position is really cerebral. And, that kid is got some brains on her. And I think she's going to develop really well for us over the years.
How about staying in touch with the girls? Are you doing a lot of Zoom with them, workouts, things like that?
I'm not that great at that kind of stuff. And we've just been we've been texting a lot, and kind of cheering each other on and kind of giving, brief, we're kind of sharing what we're doing for workouts. And, I'm still trying to understand this modern world with these kids, and do we text, do we email, do we Zoom, what do we do, So texting seems like it's been really good for us. And we're sticking together, and, these kids really love the sport. That's what I realized about this team, and they're going to come back full of fire. It's going to be fun.
Every coach has to utilize their strengths, right? Obviously, yours is what? Texting, Zooming? What is?
I guess texting is the best thing for me. Yeah, just I can respond in a few sentences.
Short, choppy sentences, if that.
Yeah, but our weight coach Ron, I think he's gone now. He went to Oregon, but he kind of helped the girls through the COVID with some good strength training lessons and things like that too. So, the girls are really disciplined and they've been pushing it. Actually, one player, Cameron Nelson on my team, she sent me a little video, and she had set up and built this plywood backboard, and she was playing volleyball by herself. And it was amazing. I love it. They've been creative.
You can't ask for more dedication than that.
No.
We're going to step aside. We're going to come back with our third segment of the HU Roundup with Highlands women's volleyball coach Tom Duke. More coming up.
What do you need in a university? For me, it was never really about being a number, another face in the crowd. I needed something more. A university dedicated to anticipating my needs through support could offer me a sense of belonging and promise me loyalty. This is where those ideas are possible. This is where those ideas are true. Unfazed by our differences and driven by our goals, we all work as one cohesive unit. As a community, we are the movers and shakers, inventors and innovators, future leaders and glass ceiling breakers. With classrooms that feel like home and professors who feel like family. Together we rally, explore, and rejoice. We learn about the world, about each other, about ourselves. While leaping over expectations, we push ourselves to move forward. Together.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili, breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Hey, Cowboy and Cowgirl fans, Richard Tripp here. Hey, don't forget to visit our new Cowboys and Cowgirl store online. Go to nmhuathletics.com, click on the link, and order your apparel for New Mexico Highlands University Cowboys and Cowgirls. Welcome back to the HU Roundup, everybody. I'm Richard Tripp. Thank you for watching, whether you're watching on Facebook, perhaps you're watching on Twitter, perhaps you're watching off the NMHU website. Thank you. And don't forget also, just like I'm wearing here today, You can order your HU sports apparel. Just go to nmhuathletics.com, find the link, and you can order nice polo shirts such as this, T-shirts, perhaps a nice cup, a mug, a thermos, whatever your HU desire is. Check it out at www.nmhuathletics.com. We're joined again by Highlands University volleyball coach Tom Duke. Tom, here in our third segment, of course, before we get to In the Saddle, tell us a bit about the program as far as your staff and things such of that nature.
Well, I'm really excited. I got a great assistant coach, this young man, David Green out of Albuquerque, who's been doing high-level club coaching for years in Denver and Albuquerque. So he knows all the coaches in the RMAC. He knows all the players. He's coached against them and with them. He's really a good player himself. And I'm just excited to get his youth and enthusiasm. He's 26. And I think the girls are going to really like him, and we're going to have fun with that guy. He's going to be great.
When you mentioned the RMAC a moment ago, obviously it's changed a lot. But, as you approach this season, your first season back at NMHU, what is it you're looking for? What are you looking for as far as the RMAC? Obviously, you're going to be more concerned about your team, the Cowgirls. But what do you kind of think about the RMAC in general and coming into this season?
Well, the RMAC's hard to win on the road. So, we got to get healthy. We got to eat right. We got to travel right. And we got to get some wins on the road. And then we just got to, protect our own gym, like with ferocity, And I'm excited. Taylor Ferrari, she was all conference last year, 6'2" middle blocker, just crushes the ball. And Keegan Lopez is an outside hitter out of Albuquerque, and she's going to be just that kind of outside hitter that I always like to have, just a consistent, powerful outside hitting presence. And our captain, Stacy Johnson, and she's a high flyer, man. She's got hops, and she went to Volcano Vista, and she's going to be our captain this year. She's a great leader, good kid. So, yeah, just really exciting with this talent we got.
For you, when you go out and recruit these young ladies, is there a certain pitch? Is there a certain catchphrase that you want to use on them? What is your selling point?
Well, I want them to know I'm a cheerleader for them, and that they're going to go to college and have a great experience, and we're going to have a positive program, and we're going to enhance what you bring to our program. And, we're not going to get bogged down with, negativity. If we get a few losses, you can't let that happen in volleyball. We're just, we're going to be a positive, supportive team. And hopefully we can just have one of those, these kids can have that kind of magical experience sometimes you have in college when you've done well academically and athletically, you've excelled beyond what you ever thought. And you can just, my old assistant coach, he comes out from USC. He comes out and visits me. We go skiing and stuff. And it's that bond of a great experience at college that can carry you through life. I still see all my old teammates, and we get together a lot. And it's because we had a good team and we did good things. And that's what I want with this team is we want to do something we can be proud of.
When you go out and you're looking for that certain individual, what is it that you're looking for that will fit into your system, into the Cowgirl system?
It's funny. I don't try to fit girls into my system. I just try to find talent and someone that has a little bit extra, what I call geometry to the game. Some players, they'll hit right at the tape and they can get blocked. They might be a hard hitter, but then you look at another kid who's hitting the ball, contacting it maybe a foot above the net. That's the geometry I'm looking for. I don't really have a specific type of player. I actually can't even be that picky, at bringing kids into Highlands because the recruiting is really competitive. So if I have a talented kid, like for example, our junior college transfer, Torreya, I think she's only 5'7", but she's got crazy hops. A lot of colleges kind of passed on her because she was small, but I was like, well, this girl is just super effective. Yeah, I'd like to say that I want to have a front line of 6'2" girls, but if I can get a kid that can bring it and really fight through that, issue of being a little bit smaller, I like that. So obviously I'd rather have huge kids and just block the heck out of other teams, but we just got to put together what we can. at this point. And hopefully maybe in the future I'll get more of my type of team, but I just looking for talent, enthusiasm, and good academics.
When I think of small girls, I can't help but say this. I think of my niece Gail, who played at UNM back a few years ago. When it's a good point that you bring up. It comes down to skill, I guess, more than anything else, right?
Yeah. Well, I coached this young lady at Taos High 20 years ago, Kelly Gibson, and she was 5'8", but she had like a 35-inch hops, and UNM passed on her, and she ended up going all the way out to the University of Delaware and being one of the best players they've ever had. And I'm not stuck on any certain type of volleyball player. I do like to have a super athletic libero, and I think I found one with Elena Rivera. She's super just quick and just pursues the ball, and I'm just going to let her take over the backcourt this year. And then Miranda Romero is going to help her as a back row specialist out of Espanola, and she's also got amazing just ball control skills. And each kid brings something special, and I want to get the best out of it that I can.
Okay, Coach, are you ready for the segment entitled In the Saddle?
I love it.
We're going to ask you just some really quick questions, and then we're going to give you the final word. We always start off with this one, Coach. Red or green chili?
Red.
Hotter the better?
Excuse me?
Hotter the better? Hot or
yeah,
mild?
I like it. I like hot. Very hot.
What do you consider to be your biggest fear?
Grizzly bear. Since I ran into one in Alaska once, it scared the hell out of me.
What do you feel your biggest strength is?
Just energy.
Your weakness?
Technology, following through on, detailed things, that kind of stuff.
What about your favorite quote?
My favorite quote, I think, use it or lose it as I get old. It's I just got to keep my body moving at this point so I can not deteriorate at age 53.
That's young to me. Your favorite meal?
My favorite meal?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, there's so many. I guess a tri-tip steak with mashed potatoes and red chili and all that together. Yeah.
Really quick, your hometown. What do you like about it?
It was next to the beach.
Couldn't ask for anything more than that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Coach, we got about a minute left here. I want you, if you don't mind, take a minute, 30 seconds. Tell the people out there what they should expect about Highlands University volleyball and anything else you want to share with them.
All right. Hey, yeah, if you come out and watch us, you're just going to see a team just going for it, giving it its all. And, we might make mistakes, but we're not going to freak out about it. We're just going to keep ripping, and we're going to play aggressive volleyball, not conservative. So there's going to be a lot of celebrating, a lot of hard hitting. And it's just what life's all about, putting it on the line in a big competition. And, come out and support us. Bring your daughters. These ladies on the team are just amazing role models. Every single one of them is a great student and a great kid. And, bring your daughters out if they want someone to look up to.
Awesome. Tom Duke, thank you very much for joining us on the HU Roundup. I, for one, have always been a big fan. I welcome you back to Highlands University. I'm really looking forward to Highlands University volleyball this coming season.
Yes, sir. Love it.
That's going to do it for this segment of the HU Roundup. I'd like to thank Tom Duke, Highlands University volleyball coach, and we wish the Cowgirls the best of luck this year. That's going to do it for us. #Let'sRide. I'm Richard Tripp. Peace, everybody. We're out.